So last night, if you were watching Sean Hannity's show, you know that he opened up and then said it's time to listen to some of the commencement address of President Trump, who was invited while escorted by Nick Saban, the former legendary football coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And, you know, this time it was, talk politics, but for the most part, he wanted to inspire, guys.
Yeah, he gave them a 10-step plan of things that they can do, just words of wisdom for the next generation. Here's the president.
You're the first graduating class of the golden age of America. We're in the golden age. You watch. It's the golden age. You're graduating at an exciting time for our nation, a period of both extraordinary change and incredible potential and what will be unbelievable growth. You're going to see that very soon. You're going to see it starting very, very soon. The whole world is talking about it. Don't consider yourself a victim. Consider yourself a winner. In recent years, too many of our young people have really been taught to think of themselves as victims and blame people and be angry. Don't be angry. Whether you were born rich or poor, black or white, male or female in America, anyone can be a winner, and our whole country will be cheering you on, and I'll be at the front of the line cheering you on, especially because you come from this incredible university.
I love that message. Don't be a victim, just be a winner. And he said, don't waste your youth. He said Walt Disney was 21 when he founded Disney World, that Steve Jobs was 21 when he founded Apple. He reminded them that in Alabama, he won by 54 points. He said the last time he was on campus, and we remember that when he went to the football game, when the Crimson Tide beat the Georgia Bulldogs 41-33. And he reminded them to thank their parents and their grandparents and their families, because he says it doesn't happen without them. It was really a nice speech, and if you want to download it and share it with your children, there were a lot of great points. He talked about our founding fathers, many presidents that started out so young and went on to do great things for our country.
Meanwhile, the one issue he brought up politically was keeping women out of men's sports and, keeping men out of women's sports. Right. Yeah, for the most part, yes. That now I got it right. And it happened in 2023. There was a female athlete in Alabama that got hurt playing volleyball, playing against a guy from San Jose State. It's a problem.
Concussion.
Yeah. And it's an issue that Democrats keep saying it never happens. The Republican says it does happen, along with having to deal with men who want to be women, who claim to want to be women, getting dressed in the locker room. Here's how that resonated.
I love sports, and I think I should have come here. I think I should have come here. Congratulations as well to the women's track and field team for winning 2 SEC titles this year. That's something. As long as I'm president, we will always protect women's sports. Men will not play in women's sports. No way. They say that's an 80-20 issue. No, it's a 97-3 issue, I think. No, men will not be playing in women's sports.
I mean, there is something to that. I guess the polling does suggest that it's like 80-20. But everyone that I speak to, I don't care if they're on the left or on the right, they all agree. It's just not fair. And to see the young people and their parents in the crowd roar when he said that just shows you that it's resonating.
We interviewed 2 individuals that work for Campus Reform, their correspondents, and they just graduated from University of Alabama. They were in that crowd. And the guy that we talked to, Jackson Beals, said he was walking into the stadium and he said there was someone trying to rally everybody to do a walkout. And it was one of his friends who was organizing this. And he laughed during the interview because he said only 10 people participated in the walkout. They were so happy to have him there. He is a success in Alabama. And most of the students there are in-state students, and their parents really like him, and it's just a conservative state. So here is Mary Elizabeth Miller, the female that we interviewed from Campus Reform that was in the crowd.
One of my favorite points that he made was that the next chapter of American history will not be made by the Princetons nor the Harvards of the world, but rather the Crimson Tide. I am so extremely proud to be a graduate of the University of Alabama. This is where legends are made, and I think everyone in my class can say that we are extremely proud to be graduates. We are extremely proud to be coming into the workforce at this time in the most most opportune time in American history, and we are just so excited and proud.
What really stood out to me was that his message wasn't really a political one. It was one of motivation, one of enthusiasm about entering adulthood, entering the workforce. And another thing that I appreciated was that I saw people that I knew from my graduating class on both sides of the political spectrum coming together to just support having the president there and support the class of 2025, and all in all, just being excited about the future.
Some smart kids from my former place of employment, campus reform.
Campus reform.
I will say this, the president also hires a lot of young people, and he is always motivating. It's not about your age, it's about what you bring to the table. And I think why the speech was so effective is that it was life experience. Everybody knows that everyone used to like Donald Trump as the billionaire. Everybody wanted to be sort of like him because he was like, you know, the successful billionaire. Everybody wants to be rich. And I think he got back to that when he was talking to those young people. Sure, there was a little politics in there, but for the most part, it inspired those young people.
Yep, so the commencement address was a good choice. I'm sure they had a lot of people to choose from. I think it was a good move.
Those are risky.
He said something like, we're not inspired by the Harvard Crimson, which is their newspaper. We're inspired by the Crimson Tide.
Right.
And everyone went crazy, and Donald Trump goes, you like that? I wrote that. I came up with that. Did you like that? I liked that, too.
Right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.